Howdy everyone, Potter here with an Age of Magic video. In today's video we're going to go over the Q&A playcott released on the recent patch. Now I want to warn people that there will be a lot of swearing in this video. It's going to be very opinionated, so if you're not into any of those things, just skip this video and wait for my next one. But yeah, that's just the way this video is going to be. So they released the Q&A raids and rebalances on Friday 21st of December 2018. So for me that was yesterday. And it starts off with a fucking doozy of a question. Why did you change Swamp Killer? How to use her now? Now, everyone in the game is familiar with Swamp Killer. They are familiar with her because she is very, very strong. Or she used to be. In fact, she used to be too strong, and I am happy to admit that. So the answer is, we had several reasons for rebalancing Swamp Killer. Now, that's the main word we need to focus on here, is rebalancing. Unfortunately, some of them became apparent in the later stages of development, so there was no information about her rebalance in the early announcements. Guys, in all honesty, this patch was delayed 4 or 5 times. It was delayed 3 months. You can't tell us that there was not a point in that delayment where you could have warned us that there was a change to Swamp Killer coming. Now, like I said, I understand Swamp Killer needed to be nerfed. She was very powerful. In fact, she was probably the second most powerful in the game, rivaling Succubus, okay? But there was absolutely no warning, and you're telling us that in the very last moment you decided, hey, we're going to change Swamp Killer, deal with it. It goes on to say the Swamp Killer was too strong, being effective not only against slow heroes as we originally intended, but also against almost any other hero. The Swamp Killer could become more effective along with healer rebalances. The main change of the Swamp Killer is now that she cannot force enemies to skip the turn all the time, but due to the speed and slowdown effect she possesses, the Swamp Killer can still force an opponent to skip a turn once every 2 turns of the opponent. Now, this balance seems fair, except for one small detail, and I hate to admit it, but playcott has a very bad way of rebalancing champions. Their track record in the past has been horrible. I don't think that's changed right now, okay? They've swapped 2 of Swamp Killer's abilities around, so the ability that used to be able to keep a character pinned down is now one of her special abilities, and one of her special abilities has become her basic attack. Now, that's fine. The only issue is now, she's kept her mischance. The mischance was put in place to balance Swamp Killer out originally. That's why she had a strong mischance. Now that her abilities have been changed, that mischance should have been removed to allow her to become a viable character. In my personal opinion, she's still usable, but she shouldn't be. I'm never going to use her again. That's a straight way I'm going to put it. She has too many flaws to her now. She's not worth it. She can't keep a character locked down. Unless you were running a full rogue team, and even then I still feel like she would still struggle deeply to keep her character locked down. And it goes on to say, in addition, the Swamp Killer is now effective against slow heroes such as dwarves, many healers. She still fits well with rogue squad at the expense of her mark, as well as in any squad that lacks damage and control. Again, useless. No one at high levels anyway actively use dwarves. You're making her strong against champions that aren't used in the game because they're useless. I'm sorry to say it. Dwarves are not effective late game. No one runs them. They might run one, maybe, but people quickly realize in the game that dwarves are pathetic. There's no point training them up. The only reason you would ever train dwarves up is for the event to get Suna or Cage. I can't remember which one they use for, but it's the only reason you'd ever train up dwarves. It continues with, now the Swamp Killer can defeat almost any hero in one-on-one combat, including Succubus and Cage. At the same time, we understand this is a relatively rare situation in battle, and we balance out the heroes. We do not focus on one-on-one battles. The Swamp Killer was and remains a hero which, to a certain extent, depends on her own dodge and misses. The outcome of the battle may be unexpected. The Swamp Killer may be out of luck, but this is important to remember that this also works in the opposite direction due to high dodge rate. Please don't be fooled by that statement. Don't think to yourself, fuck yeah, I'm going to have Swamp Killer on my team because she's hard to hit. It does not make her viable, okay? I understand people are going to want to use Swamp Killer simply because they've invested in her. She's probably become a favorite to a lot of people. Personally, she's one of my favorite champions, but she has theoretically become useless, okay? Nerfing her was the correct step. The way in which they nerfed her was wrong. When they nerfed her, they should have removed her mischance. The mischance was originally there to balance out her auto attack, which could keep a character locked down. However, nerfing her, moving that basic attack to a special ability, yet keeping its mischance, horrible choice in my opinion, okay? People are going to use her. You're still going to see people using her, and you're going to think to yourself, you know, Polcho said she's useless. Why are people using her? And I think that's just because people have become so committed to her, and it's going to take them a while to realize, fuck, there are better champions out there I could be using on my team. I've already noticed it. I've removed her from my team. I doubt I'm ever going to use her again unless they tweak her a tiny bit. But at the moment, she's in the bin for me. And if I could cue music right now, I'd be playing James Blunt, Goodbye My Lover, because I did love her and she's gone. Next on the list, we have another very important question. Why did you remove the shards of Azariel from the clan shop? The answer, Azariel shards are now available in the raid shop. We moved them there to increase the value of raids and reduce the availability of Azariel as a fairly powerful hero. Now, I know a lot of people aren't happy with this. I'm not going to comment on it just yet because there is something else I want to look at first before we talk about this clan shop, raid shop nonsense. And luckily for us, that next thing I wanted to talk about is the next question. Why was the equipment removed from Valley of Treasure? Now, what the shit? I'm sorry, this is the main reason I've made this video, is for this question alone. Because the main source of high-level equipment should be raids instead of equipment in the Valley of Treasure shop. There are skill cubes that cannot be found in other shops. I'm going to say it again. What the shit? I'm sorry. This is a horrible fucking change no matter how you look at it. And I will explain why, okay? This mainly affects higher level players. But if you are a low level player, please understand that sometime in the future, this will affect you, okay? The simplest way to put it is one of my clan members commented saying, this is a strategy game. It is all about strategizing. It's all about managing resources, dictating where you want to put certain things, okay? For example, I have spent the last few months collecting my resources for TOH, VOT, Arena, any shard possible. I've been stockpiling them. I'll make another video about how I've done this, but I've collected every shard in the game for every champion possible, bar the new 200 which I'm collecting now. While doing this, I thought to myself, I'm going to stockpile my VOT coins because I'd love to spend that on gear when I need to. I'll have that backup currency. I can help gear up my champions. They have essentially made VOT currency useless. Sure, you can still buy champion shards, which will be useful for a lot of people in the game. I'm sure not a lot of people in the game own all the champion shards out there. And sure, you can spend it on skill cubes. But the max skill cube isn't even in the Valley of Treasure shop. The main reason you are saying that there are skill cubes that cannot be found in other shops, sure, but you aren't even putting the maxed skill cube in that shop. You have a pathetic answer for this question. There is no reason whatsoever to fully remove the gear from the VOT shop. And like you said, you want to focus more on raids. That's fine. Make something unique to raids then. Stop taking stuff from other shops, throwing it into the raid shop and saying, we want people to focus on raids. People are going to focus on raids no matter what. It's the new content. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's competing in it. Everyone wants to do the best in it. But what you don't realize is you're competing for stuff that was already in the game. They've just taken it from other places, made it unavailable in other places, and said, hey, this is the best gear you can now get. Go for it. But they've just bluffed you. That's the simplest way to put it. It is bullshit. I am not happy with it. It's made me very angry, as you can tell. And I don't think anyone should support this. Like I've said, if you are a new player, sure, those champion shards in the VOT shop are quite valuable. Sure, get the champion shards. It's going to help you. But once you've collected those champion shards, that shop becomes useless to you. And while you're playing the game, the skill cubes that are available in that shop, You were going to get them naturally from just doing other things anyway. That VOT shop is now 100% useless. I'm not done there yet. I was so furious I even decided to randomly message people on Discord to see what they thought. Hello random AOM player in Discord, I was wondering if you could spare a moment to share your opinion in the gear change to the shops in this patch. I messaged someone called Druid because who doesn't listen to a druid, okay? Hello Pulcher, I'm not a fan of the gear change as they mostly focus on selling shards. Valley of Treasure offers almost nothing but shards. I was happy to see Mabe shards, but those seem to have disappeared. I believe that there would be an opportunity to sell or trade extra shards with their character had been maxed out, but that must be coming later. That would be useful. My in-game name is Destroyer of Worlds, by the way. At this point, I've reached in the game, I need equipment more than shards, but this is just me. If the idea is to allow newer players to level up faster, then the changes are good for that. I would like to see more premium character shards though, and maybe an option to buy raid energy. There you go, someone who is not happy with the gear change. And this random player has offered a great suggestion. If you're going to remove something as important as gear from a shop, add something else that might be useful. Add us the option to buy energy or even buy silver. I would happily use my VOT currency to buy silver. I don't care how much it costs, I'll do it because I've got that currency now because you've made it useless for everything else. Thanks, Druid, for the comment. Really appreciate it. Let's move on to the next person. So I messaged someone else called Inky. They replied, Hi, Poacher. I've watched some of your YouTube videos. For me, I've already got my characters to max gear, but it's rough change for my clanmates, especially now that they need to get stronger for raids. Here you go. We have Inky, who doesn't even care about himself. He worries about his clan members. They're hindered. They can't spend this currency they've been saving, they've been earning to buy gear to make themselves stronger, to do better in the new content. You need to do the new content to get the gear to become better. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical, okay? Surely you're going to get stronger slowly over time, but they've really hindered that progress for players now. Thanks for the comment, Inky, and I wish you all the best for you and your clan members. Lastly, we have Berlin, and I think Berlin's like my new best mate. Hey, I'm very new to the game, only a couple of days, so I can't really comment at all, sorry. That's fine. I'm making a video about this patch. Do you mind if I use your comment in my video? Yeah, sure, go for it. Can you link me the video when it goes online? Absolutely. Poor little Berlin, how my heart breaks for him because he doesn't have the best future we can give to him. He's essentially a child to this game. And like the children of the world, we want to create a future for them where they can strive, where they can become the best they can be. We might one day want to invite Berlin to our clan so he can participate in the raids and do the best he can. But by the time he gets up to that stage, he's going to be restricted with the gear he can get. And he's not going to be able to get to the point where we think Berlin's a good enough player, we can invite him because he's just not geared enough. And I really think that's something we all need to take into consideration. If you don't want to do it for us, do it for Berlin. Change the gear in the shops. So thank you guys for your comments. It does really mean a lot. Some other people did comment while I was making the video, but it was too late to add them. But the majority of people were not happy. So the next part, are raids designed for donating? Can the purchase of healing kits compensate level and skill? This is another big one. The new raids definitely have a pay-to-win type of feel to them. With the healing kits running out, you're able to buy health for your characters to continue, and it kind of diminishes the value of the raids, I think. The answer raids are designed in such a way that they can be completed with well-coordinated actions of all players from the clan. The last raid was specifically made very difficult to create a challenge for high-level players. However, it can also be passed without using additional healing kits. It has been tested repeatedly. Now, this is not a lie, okay? My clan does participate in the highest level raid possible. We have done it without having to spend any gold. We have used healing kits, but not as much as we thought we were going to use. The top level raid, it does require a lot of planning. It does require a lot of communication. And I think the biggest part of the raid is that you need to have people in your clan, and I am one of it because I want to see my clan do the best. I do not care about myself, I want my clan to do the best. But you need to have people in your clan who say to themselves or can agree to saying, I don't want to earn the best reward I can earn. I want to make sure my clan succeeds, and I'm going to wait before entering a raid. and wait to see if any nodes are accidentally left behind, or some people can't complete nodes, and then you go in and clean up the little trash nodes left behind. It is a shit job. You do not get as much rewards as the other members in your clan, but you help your clan succeed and you get a larger reward pool at the end, okay? Don't be the person that makes certain people do this all the time. Rotate your people, okay? These clans are definitely achievable. It takes a lot of planning and a lot of communication, though. It is the next part of the answer that gets me. Healing kits can compensate for an insufficient level or lack of skill, but not by much. If the squad lacks a bit of equipment, level, or example, there are 1 or 2 items of equipment or level or slightly lower, then the healing kits can compensate. That's meant to say can't compensate this. At the same time, they will not help the player who lacks 1 or 2 levels of equipment, or the squad is not at all suitable for defeating opponents. We give out the healing kits as a reward in other game modes so that any mistake in raid is not fatal and players can correct it. Now, it's true, healing kits are going to help you a tiny bit, but it's not going to help you a great deal if you versus a node that you are struggling greatly against. What I don't like about this is that you can revive heroes or you can heal heroes with gold. This is stupid, and I'll explain why. Raids are supposed to be challenging. They're fucking raids, for God's sakes. They're not meant to be easy. If you add gold, revive, and heal to this game mode, and I understand this is a mobile game, I understand that this is the nature of mobile games, but if you add gold, revive, and health to this, doesn't matter how shit you are at the game, it doesn't matter how shit your characters are, you can still complete this. If you're a free willy bashing around in the bay, okay, you can just keep paying gold and whittling down a node and you can move on. Sure, you're going to waste a lot of money, but it is possible. It doesn't compensate for skill, and I think that devalues raids as a whole. Sure, keep the healing kits, they're fine. I have no issue with the healing kits. I think they're a nice little thing to have in the raid. If you can communicate with your clan properly, if you can say to yourself, hey, I've got this many healing kits, let me go ahead first, let me get as far as I can, heal my champions, and someone else can come up behind me and finish everything off. Good, fine. That's strategy. That's in the game. That's there for you to use it. Gold fucks it over, devalues it, spits in your face. Coming up to the end, our second last question is, will the limit of 16 participants in the first raid change? Most of the clans with the such level are not complete, and we expect that most clans without 30 active players would go into this raid. Changing the condition will not be included in the nearest update, but we will think about it, and most likely we will undertake something in further updates. So I don't want to comment too much about this for one reason. It isn't affecting me, and I don't want to sound stupid, I don't want to sound greedy, but I don't want to comment on this and say something that undermines how someone else feels about this patch. I understand people are pissed, I've seen comments about it, but I haven't been a victim to this, so my opinion isn't worth a lot on this topic. What I do want to say though is that if you are in a clan with 30 players and you are a lower level clan, you can complete a raid, get it to 100%, and then you can open up another raid in the same day. So if you communicate with your members, if they're all getting their 600 portal stones, you can finish a raid, and I think you can open another one. I think you do earn enough tokens. So you can still get everyone in your clan a go. It will take a bit of communication. It shouldn't be that way. I do feel like you should be able to just have 30 people in. Even if you are a lower clan and you don't have all the members, you should still be able to open it up and complete as much as you can and grow from there. The 16 participants it's a weird number as well. It's not even half. That's, 32 if you double it. So some people are going to get an extra go. But yeah, I don't want to comment on it too much. I don't want to undermine. I don't want to make people feel shit for something that I haven't personally been a victim to, and I don't want to make their opinions seem any lesser than they are. They have the right to feel the way they do, and I feel like those people should speak up. If this is affecting you, speak up. I'm doing it through my video. You guys need to figure out a way to do it yourself as well. Take to Reddit, take to the Discord, make your opinions heard, because unless your opinions are heard, nothing's going to change. I'm going to add these last two together just to make things quicker. Question, will daily energy or daily raid energy appear? While we do not plan to add it, but we will definitely think about it, what we can do. I really feel like raid energy should be added to the refresh, even if it's just 10. Throw it in there. You're charging us 50 gold for 10 energy anyway. Why not just give us 10? That makes much more sense, okay? I don't care that it's such a low amount. I care that we have to spend a lot for such a low amount, but if you can just give us a small amount, then a few people will be happy. I think you can solve that problem there. Will you share complete raid maps with the community so clan members can investigate some and develop a strategy? Yes, we'll do it soon. That's fine. I'm glad that they're giving out the map. People can work. We've taken shitty screenshots from my clan and drawn lines over it, but if they give you an official one, that's going to help out a lot of people, I think, and yeah, there's no issue with that. Fuck, that was a lot of rambling. Overall, I'm not going to lie to you. I do not lie to people. There's no point in it. I am happy with the patch in a way. The raid has definitely added a liveliness to the community. My clan alone is communicating a lot more. There's a lot more interaction within Discord to what was essentially pretty dead before this patch. People have been waiting a long time for new content. I don't know how long the excitement is going to last for. It could be the week. It could be for until the next patch, who knows? That's just something time will tell. But the patch has added a lot more to the community. There are a lot of things, however, that have brought this patch down. I'm not afraid to say it, okay? I feel like this patch would have been perfect if the clan shop remained, not the clan shop, sorry, just all shops in general. If they stayed the same and they added new things to the new raid shop, new equipment, if you could maybe go beyond equipment level 10, that'd be awesome. Or just new things in general. Like, that would have made the patch perfect. Swamp Killer thing, again, a bit of a bummer. Okay, I think they could have maybe done the rebalancing on that a bit better. But like I said before, the way they rebalance champions in this game is not good. Succubus is a perfect example. She became way too strong when they rebalanced her. Healers, another example. They're shit at the moment. Healers are shit. And I warned people in my streams, in Discord, I warned people when this patch dropped. A lot of people would complain that healers aren't strong enough now. And you're starting to see it. And I think you will definitely notice it when tournament comes around. I think that's going to be where people say to themselves, fuck, what do we do for healers? Because your healers are going to get wiped out. Easiest way to put it. So yeah, the biggest issue for me in this patch is the equipment. Just bring it back, please. It is a horrible change. Not many people are happy with it, and I really don't think people should be silent about this. I've made a Reddit post as well, if you want to go over and check that out, about the patch, specifically the gear. The Reddit post I've made is specifically about the gear, okay? So please speak up, because if we don't, they're gonna just keep doing stuff like this. The biggest issue so far is that they're not communicating these changes. These changes are not in the patch notes, and no matter what game you go to, every other game I've ever played have been very clear on their patch notes, what's changing, so people are prepared for it. That is something this game lacks deeply. Sure, they do tell us some stuff, but big changes like Swamp Killer, VOT, they did something in the last patch as well. I can't remember what it was. And it was big enough that they said to us, we will be more informative in the future. And they have failed to do that in this patch. They have changed two big things that affect people in a big way. If it doesn't affect you now, Swamp Killer, if you don't have Swamp Killer, don't worry about it. It hasn't affected you. If you have recently invested in Swamp Killer, because of the fact they didn't mention she was getting nerfed, then yeah, this is a kick to the dick, okay? The VOT stuff, the gear in shop in general, if it doesn't affect you yet, it will affect you in the future. It is going to drastically slow down your progression, and I think you really need to consider that. Speak up, please. It's the only way we might see change. I want to apologize. I really didn't mean this video to go this long. It was a pretty big rant, but I don't know. Hopefully it helps in some way. I really hope to see something different in this game, or something change, because this is painful. It is painful. But as usual, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll answer it when I get to it. I think I'm going to take a rest after this. Wherever you are in the world, though, please enjoy your day. Enjoy your holidays if you are on holidays, and enjoy your Christmas. And until next time, take care, everyone.